Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Sarah Mean, Deja, Dread, appreciate you guys. Big appreciate you guys. Shout out you guys for being in the chat. Appreciate you guys. We're here. Another one. Another podcast. Episode 6 episodes deep. Before I start, I want to let you guys know I will be posting the other podcasts that are on YouTube. I'll be posting the audios on the different streaming platforms it's on. I think it's on SoundCloud, Spotify, Tuned In, whatever else. Oh, Apple Podcasts, like all the wherever you find podcasts, the podcast should be there. If not, let me know and I can find a way to add it there. But I know I only have episode 5 up. I was debating if I should upload the other 4 episodes or 3 really, because I don't have the first one. And I finally said finally confirmed that I am going to do that. So if you're looking for that, it's on the way. I'm probably going to post them all tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? So yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. So I'll post them all tomorrow. Handle that. But yeah, this is episode 6. You know what time it is. This is a Special Friends podcast. It's a podcast where we bring on people and we chat it up. But today I'm my only friend. So it's a solo dolo one, no problem right here. Solo dolo, nothing wrong with that, because I got some topics I could talk eons about. Eons and eons, because, and I ain't gonna lie, I might just hop right into it, bro. The Donda live party was fucking lit. Freaking lit. Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna cap. A lot of the people that I look up to, they had a really good week last week, and that brings me a lot of joy, and low-key obviously inspires me even more. So if y'all don't know, I'm gonna put you guys on to something. My favorite artist is Kanye West in like all forms, as far as like his aesthetic, the way he did his fashion, and the way he just the crazy shit that he does inspires me. His music, the first album I listened to by Kanye West was Graduation, but I love the whole original trilogy. Honestly, I haven't had a bad Kanye album. Granted, don't get me wrong, the last few ones were meh, but there has never been an album like, oh, this shit boo boo. You know what I'm saying? So his music has always been goated. And even though people don't fuck with him, people don't fuck with some of the shit that he says, I honestly do fuck with his mentality. I'm not saying I agree with what the shit that he says, but I do fuck with the way he goes about things. And honestly, I'm probably gonna go about things the same way. My man Sarah in the chat just said I prefer the 2000s Kanye. I mean, honestly, I think everybody prefer 2000 Kanye if we're being honest. You know what I'm saying? 2000 Kanye was more personal. Does that make any sense? Like personable. We could all relate to 2000s Kanye, you know, backpack kid, you know what I'm saying, wearing the backpack, just trying to get it how he can, grinding, you know. We could all relate to that. Once he got a little, you know, big-headed and they, you know, people say egotistical, that's when it's tough to relate to Kanye. But I'm also not mad at that, because if, you know, I feel like if I was in the same position, maybe I wouldn't do it the same way he does it, but I would be the same, you know. I'd probably be the same way, like, oh, you know, we out here. I'm about to let y'all know we made it. Y'all not gonna question if I made it. I'm gonna let you know we out here. We doing stuff like I remember there was a line he said, I think it was Dave Chappelle talking about Kanye West when he had him. He said he was recording, he was sitting with him, and he said answer the phone. He said to somebody to the effect of they're asking what he was doing, and I guess the person on the phone was surprised what he was doing. He was like, yeah, we do shit like that, and hung up the phone. This some Kanye West shit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's me. Let me see what the chat's saying. College Dropout was fire. I really respect, he really don't care, he will do what he want to do. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's me. That's how I feel like you should live your life anyway. That's how we live our lives, you know what I'm saying? That's how we live our lives. We gonna do what we want anyway. Yeah, we might ask somebody something, but for the most part, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. I could ask you, do you think it's a good idea or not? If we being honest, we're really not about to take what you said into consideration because we already in our mind haven't made up what we're about to do. We just want to hear what other people are gonna think about it. You know, hedge it a little bit. We want to hear what other people are gonna say about it before we do it. So I can't really fault Kanye for doing something that we all fucking do. You know how many times like I've done something that's like, you know what I'm saying? I guess people wouldn't fuck with or something. I don't know how to explain it. I've done things where people like think it's uncommon and it's like, okay, like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say to you? Sorry, I'm sorry that I offended you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what anyways, before I don't want to go off into that rabbit hole because I can go off into that forever. I do want to talk about Donda. It was just really good. If you guys haven't heard the live stream, man, it was just really good, man. It was good stuff. I'm not gonna cap. So if you guys haven't heard the live stream, hit me up. I actually have it like I have it downloaded because I fucked with it that much. I'm probably gonna do like another listening party for it, like on Friday, either Friday or Saturday. I think I'm gonna do a Friday. So like Friday, I'm gonna do a listening party for it because I fucking loved it, and he's not dropping it until August 6th. So that sucks. You know, he said he's gonna drop it on the day after, on Friday, but you know it's Kanye. He be capping when it comes to stuff like that. But I don't know none of the track. The hard part about talking about this album is I don't know the track list. But literally the whole album for me is no skips. I can't think of a song that I wanted to skip. I think there was maybe one song where he was like, he kept saying the same thing. What was he saying? There was this one song like towards the end. It's a shorter album again, so I think the album was about, at least from what we heard, it was about an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour. So imagine like a Ye was a shorter album too, so don't expect nothing too long. But yeah, man, it was only one song where I was like, man, he keeps saying the same, like, he does that thing where he like replays his voice. It was that, and I was like, that's the only song I feel like might have been skipped. But other than that, it was some really good hits on there. There was one with Lil Baby on there. The Lone Lil Baby sounded good. The Throne was back, man. Hold on. You see it? The Throne was back. They had freaking they had Jay-Z on the last song, bro. That one was I ain't gonna cap. I almost cried. I'm not gonna cap. I almost cried listening to that part. I was like, I never thought the day would come where I actually hear my man Jay-Z and Kanye on another song together, bro. Like that shit was just good. That shit was beautiful, man. That shit was beautiful. Like someone made the joke on Twitter, Jay-Z and Kanye West back on another song. The world really is healing itself. And I was like, nah, but for real though, like I thought there was no fate. I was like, bruh, Jay-Z kind of like, so if you guys are paying attention to the podcast space a little bit, Joe Budden's podcast, they kind of have broke up. Not kind of, they did break up. Joe Budden split off with two new co-hosts, and now Rory and Mal, their ex co-hosts, they got their own podcast, and that is the equivalent of like how that's the equivalent of how I felt about like Jay-Z and Kanye breaking up, because literally like I just felt like if they can't make it together, bro, I don't know if anybody can make it, because you know, those were the guys, you know what I'm saying? Like those are the people like, oh, look, it's Jay and Kanye. Like they killing the game. They friends. They're just making the biggest moves. Like they're both billionaires now. Like what? Like imagine like what kind of amazing friendship is that? Y'all both billionaires, not millionaires. Beasts, multi-billionaires. That shit's great. That shit to me just sounds out of worldly. So when they fell apart and that like kind of crumbled a little bit, to me, I remember I was for a little, I was like, man, there ain't no point in having friends, bro. There ain't no point in having friends, because if they can't make it, I know I can't make it, bro. They literally got no friction. I guess they got more. And you know what? They might have more friction. Do you guys think? That's a good question to ask. Do you guys think money causes more or less friction in a friendship? That's a good question. I think thinking about off the dome, I feel like, yeah, I had to agree with Opance. I think it's more friction. Because I feel like when you don't have any money, what y'all bond over is a little bit more pure, I guess you could say, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about the semantics of like, yeah, man, I feel like you're right, Opance. I feel like it does cause more friction. Cause I think about like he said you bond over being poor growing up with nothing. Yeah, and I think you also realize that there's more to life than just money, you know what I'm saying? I think anybody who's ever been broke understands that better than someone who's always grown up with money. Like, obviously it takes somebody who has had money to hit rock bottom to feel that, but I feel like when you're poor, you understand like, okay, I could still have an enjoyable life, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, you're probably going through extreme hardship if you're poor, especially like in California or America in general. If you're poor, like, it's really bad times for you. But I think growing up semi-impoverished, those memories are probably some of the best memories that I've had, versus like when I've had like $10,000 in my bank account. I think those are some of the most stressful times and some of the most hard times for me, with everybody, friends, family, and whatnot. Just people wanting to borrow money, you know what I'm saying? People feeling like, people feeling like, okay, I say something like I want to save more money, they're looking at you for some kind of way, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to look at you like, you know, on some like, what you hoarding the money for or something like that. I feel like when you don't have it, obviously that point of friendship is never a problem, because we know you're broke, I'm broke, stuff like that. I don't know if I can't imagine someone like Kanye West and Jay-Z were pocket watching, because they're just making so much money that I doubt they were actually pocket watching. But I'm pretty sure, obviously pocket watching comes into play where it's like, you got it, why don't you just take care of me type stuff, you know. I think people expect you, if you have more, to take care of them if they have less. Yeah, man, I just feel like money might cause a lot of friction now I think about it. Granted, like personally, I feel like I haven't had too many run-ins with people other than just the borrowing money and people wanting to use the stuff that you own, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the only thing I've ever ran into. But I also, because of that, I have a new policy in my life. Well, it's an old policy, but I'm gonna tell you guys. I remember I was reading a book by was it Dave Ramsey? I always mix it. I think it's Dave Ramsey. And yeah, because Gordon Ramsay is the chefing it up. But yeah, Dave Ramsey has a book called The Total Money Makeover, and in the book, before he tells you the tips, you know, he obviously gives you some like stories and anecdotals about you know, some good money habits to have. And one of them, he talks about not letting people borrow money, because when you let someone borrow money, they become a slave to you, and when they feel like they're a slave to you, they're gonna dodge you at any point. So it's either I'm gonna give you the money or I'm not gonna let you borrow the money at all. Because he was talking about, like, example, like, say you give somebody $100. Example, I use Opance. Hey, Opance, let me borrow $100 from you, bro. I borrow the $100 from you. Yeah, I pay you back in a week. A week comes around. Opance, I don't got the money. Can you give me one more week? Please give me one more week. But that whole week I didn't talk to Opance. So I'm not talking, you know, my friendship's wearing on because I'm not talking to Opance like that. I'm trying to dodge him, because I don't want him to ask for the money. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm, you know, at that point you're a slave to that person. I owe him something, so I don't, you know, I gotta like be on my tippy toes. And then Opance also feels some type of way because oh, he said he can't afford to pay me back, but he just went to fucking Disneyland with his kids on Friday. What the fuck? How'd you go to Disneyland with your kids, but you can't pay me back my $100? So those different layers start to get into play when it comes to borrowing money. So I remember that was probably one of the biggest things that I learned. I remember I learned that hella young too. I learned that like 18, 19. I read that book. So, and don't get me wrong, I hit my head still. I had to people will ask for borrow money, and I'll let them, my cousins, best friends, parents, they want to borrow money, and you give it to them. But I just had to get to the point where I had to like, listen, you could just have, if you pay me back, that's on you. But honestly, if you don't pay me back, it's good, because I'm gonna let you have it, because I don't want to go through this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put a strain on this relationship, because that's all we got at the end of the day. Like I said, this money ain't nothing. I can't take it with me. But you know what I'm saying? If you pass away and I was like ducking you for years because I was mad at you because I let you borrow money, you didn't pay me back, that is gonna fuck me up way more than you fucking borrowing $100 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Ponce, anyone who I've ever met who has made money over growing up with money are from two different worlds. Oh, completely. Two completely different worlds, honestly. Ponce said, I hate that stuff. It's not that I'm hurting for the money. It's more of the trust that I would be losing our friendship. Exactly. Like, in the words of the great, damn, I lost the name. This is my problem. What was his name? I just lost the name of that man, bro. I need to take some vitamin fucking D, bro. My memory is fried. I literally had him top of my head. Oh shit. Oh dog, come on now. What is his name? Tekashi 6ix9ine. And then I forgot the quote. Fuck, man. What the hell is wrong with me? Let me see. Listen, I swear I has had water. I brushed my teeth. I haven't had breakfast yet. Make sure y'all eat breakfast in the morning. It's like the best thing you can do. That's what he was. That's what he said. Tekashi 6ix9ine used to say, I won't even give you the chance. And that's what it is right there. I'm not gonna say I don't trust my friends not to pay me back, but I won't give you the chance to fumble the ball, so I won't even let you borrow money. And that's just what it is for me. I don't want to give you the chance to fuck up, so here, just take the money. And some people might even see that as disrespect, but for me, one, if you see that disrespect, you're kind of weird. But two, it's like, how? I'm just letting you know, listen, I value our friendship more than anything, so I won't even give you the chance to fuck this up. You know what I'm saying? Because if, like I said, I don't want to add any more strain than that could be possibly happening. But that's a tangent right there, obviously. Yeah, album was fire. I can't wait to listen to it. I'm probably gonna have it on repeat for about a month straight. All the streams are gonna come from me. I'm probably gonna give him at least, I'm gonna buy the album. I'm not gonna cap. The intro when it's like his mom giving a speech, that shit was so fucking raw and emotional. Like, I can't imagine like making an album, his mom passed away so long ago, making an album, obviously naming it after your mother, but also having to go through those audio files of like your mom speaking highly of you. Damn, I don't know how that man did it, bruh. I mean, granted, I'm pretty sure he got emotional through it. He had to go to Wyoming and shit like that. But like, yeah, man, shout out to Kanye. Again, like I said, we're gonna have a listening party in the Discord, so make sure you hit me up for the Discord link. Probably gonna do that on Friday. Probably do that like Friday evening Pacific Standard Time. We gonna listen to it again because I got the link. Probably just chill, hang out. You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is. But on another note, another person that I do look up to is Charlemagne the God. Now, which is sound kind of funny because now there's a theme going on, the dickheads of the fucking media scape. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say dickheads. Yeah, the dickheads, man. They say a lot of shit that's a little like dicey. You know what I'm saying? They're a little bit of they're both assholes. But I love him, man. Charlamagne the God, bro. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Brilliant Idiots podcast. If you guys enjoy listening to podcasts, you guys like that, like you said, bro facts, like bro logic, semi-intelligent talk, I think Brilliant Idiots would probably be the one for you. They have really good content. The shit that they talk about will always have you weak. When Wax is on, oh my god, every time Wax is on, he literally busts my fucking spleen open, because he just some of the shit that he says that comes out of his mouth, you're like, oh, he gotta be kidding. But he's like, I think that's what makes it more funny. He's like dead ass about the shit that he's saying, bro. Like, you gotta listen to it. Make sure you listen to it. They're fucking great. But my man Leonard McLevy is getting his own talk show on Comedy Central, a late night talk show. I think he's been due. I think he's for sure been due. I'm just so happy. You know, he's had talk shows before. If you followed him, he's had talk shows before on MTV. I wouldn't say they all got canceled. They didn't. I wouldn't say they failed. They had really good numbers, but I think MTV was looking for you know, that thing that instantly pops, which is just how it goes. But it's produced by Stephen Colbert, so that's a really good sign. That sounds really good. I'm actually surprised to know that late night talk shows are still going strong. Like, I don't watch TV like I used to, but when I did, I used to watch late night talk shows a lot. I used to really enjoy like Jimmy Kimmel, and I do find myself on YouTube watching the clips of like the Jimmy Kimmel show, the what's the other one with the guy named the Jimmy Fallon show, a lot of Jimmys, Stephen Colbert, what's the one that they just replaced the guy, the one that was also on Comedy Central, now they have the South African guy, can't remember the name of it, the Lately Show, Nightly Show, Lately Show, I can't remember the name of it. Sorry if I'm misquoting, but that show was really good. I really like those late night talk shows. It kind of reminds me of a podcast. I think that's why I've always wanted to do a podcast, because those different talk shows like kind of inspired me. And I've really enjoyed like that, sitting there and talking about kind of the nitty gritty that you can't talk about in the news. You know, the media cycles kind of like fluff it up, but you know, you sat there with the person, talked about them personally. You know, it was kind of dope. It was really dope. I really enjoyed it. So it's kind of good to have Charlamagne gets his flowers. You know, he wrote some really good books. I have one of his books. It's over there in that corner somewhere. It's called Black Privilege. I don't remember the subtext of that, but yeah, it's Black Privilege was the name of that book. Really good book if you haven't read it. He has some other good books that I haven't read yet, but they're all New York Times bestsellers. So, you know, you can't go wrong with the New York Times for the most part, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, for someone who's been a fan of him since 2000, like, I say 2015, but whenever Guy Code dropped, I was always a fan of like him and Little Duval. They always had me weak when they were just sitting there talking about they're just saying the most outrageous shit on fucking Guy Code. God, talk about a throwback. Guy Code. Do you think Guy Code would fly nowadays? Yeah, I think it was still. I think we probably need another Guy Code right now. Guy Code, Girl Code was dope. Yeah, man. MTV watching this, bro. I know I ain't got no clout, but from one fan to you guys, bring back Guy Code, please. We miss it. It was good times. I like some of the introspective questions they had, bro. That's what we should do. We should do a podcast episode where it's like Guy Code style. We just ask a whole bunch of fucking bro questions. That shit'll be hella funny. We gotta do it. We gotta do it now. I gotta write that down. Where's my notebook? Let me write it down. I got a bunch of like stuff that I write down. So let me just write that down in the notes. Don't mind if I do. But yeah, man. I'm shout out to Charlamagne again. Proud of him. It's good to see him grow and continue to grow, especially seeing him get fired from the Wendy Williams show, getting fired from the multiple radio stations that he did. Even him going through some of his like tough allegations, to see him come out on top is beautiful, man. I'm shout out to Charlamagne again, man. It's always funny I say shout out like I got some clout, but this is what I say when I appreciate somebody. So better word to say I appreciate you, Charlamagne, everything you've done. Congratulations on your endeavors, and keep on growing, baby. I'm trying to follow you, you know what I'm saying? Let me write this note down and let me get on the next topic, because the next topic is kind of wild. Actually, the next topic actually genuinely made me cry. All right, write this down. Guy Code episode 4 pod. It's a really good idea. That was really good idea. Off the dome too. Fresh off the dome. So there, if you have or haven't been paying attention to the media, because this was like a little known story, it didn't really blow up too bad. There was a story of in Louisiana, and it's actually like really, really emotional. So there was this home in Louisiana. Obviously had a family living there, and there was a 14-year-old daughter who had been, I guess she had been sneaking her boyfriend in and out of the house. He would use a ladder to climb upstairs and go through her bedroom window. Or I shouldn't quote bedroom window, but he was using a ladder to climb into the house in general. And I guess the father caught him climbing in at one point, and they end up having a shootout, bro. And the boy ended up killing the father. And yeah, man, that shit, I'm not gonna cap, that shit fucked me reading this article. Cause you know, you hear it, but then you actually go and read it. Like, you know, you read the headline. Like I said, the headline says Louisiana father fatally shot by teen boy who snuck in to see his 14-year-old daughter. So you're like, oh, that's like, oh, come on now. Come on. Like, and then you read it and it's like, oh no, like the dad actually died. The boy was 17 years old, sneaking into the house, and yeah, bro, the dad and the son got into a shootout, and the dad ended up dying. The boy, don't get me wrong, the boy also got injured and had to go to the hospital, but I don't know, man. A lot of emotions flow over me when I think of this, because, you know, obviously the first one is sadness. I feel so sad for that family, especially that daughter, man. Like, I know she's probably gonna be fucked up for a long time, you know what I'm saying? Because she's gonna feel like some form of it is her fault. And there's credence to say that, like, part of it is her fault, you know, sneaking in somebody, especially of like that ilk. But like, I don't think there should be like, I feel like we gotta understand how normal it is to sneak people in. I've been snuck into a girl's house before. It just sucks that the way it turned out, you know what I'm saying? Like, a man lost his life because of something like that. I'm just sad for the you know, it was a black family, if I remember correctly. It was a black family. I'm just so sad for my community as a whole to keep hearing stories like this. Like, Jesus Christ. Because you know, the first thing you think of is rational. Like, the first thing you do is like trying to rationalize it. But then, for me, at the point where I'm at in life, I'm always thinking like, well, how do we prevent things like this from happening? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the boy, he got booked on 2nd-degree murder. He had an illegal weapon. The weapon wasn't even legal. So I don't know, man. It hurts my heart to see my community hurting like this, you know what I'm saying? It was a black man in America, bro. It's like, you know, I try to hold myself to a high standard, and do my best to raise those around me. And, you know, the biggest thing that we're subjected to is, you know, prejudice. And, you know, these, you know, people see us and they immediately attribute certain characteristics and whatnot to us just based off our looks and the history and what's put out there in the media. So when you see stories that help perpetuate that stereotype, it just breaks my heart, because you got to realize, like, it's really more uncommon than you think. Like, I haven't seen a story like this ever. I've never seen someone around me who's experienced stuff like that. Like, that shit's just wild, bro. Sneaking into the house and getting, and you know, the dude shooting your fucking dad is not something that you can ever expect. Yeah, man, like I said, obviously it just sucks to see someone, you know, there's so many papas out there and dads that's not in their family's lives, you know what I'm saying, that don't even try. And to see a man, you know, who was actually trying, you know, get his life taken away kind of sucks. Not kind of, it does suck. I really don't know what to say about this. I really don't have much to say. But yeah, I just, like I said, prayers go out to the family. I hope they don't go too hard on this girl, because she didn't do anything. Granted, like I said, I guess she didn't do anything wrong, bro. She was just being a fucking 14-year-old girl. Like, I've heard the stories of my aunts and my mom. They did shit like this all the time. Sneak people in, sneak out, go to parties. Like, it's normal. It just happens to be a circumstance where that shit just didn't go to plan. Like I said, I think the only thing was that just the type of people. I think we just need to do better as a community. Like I said, like, be a little bit more aware, be a little bit just change some of the I think that's the biggest thing we can do is change the inspirations that we have. Like I said, for him to carry an illegal weapon and stuff like that. Granted, I don't know the situation, you know, I know Louisiana is hard. My grandpa was from Louisiana, but I wanted, you know, it would have been a different situation if, you know, the boy didn't have a gun on him. Granted, we don't know if the dad would have killed the fucking son. I mean, killed the boy, and it would have been a whole different story. So I just wish like I said, it's stories like this where I'm like, if no one had a gun, the story would have went a different way. So like, especially talking about UK friends where it's like, oh, everybody has a gun, that's kind of crazy. But it's like, in a situation like this, nobody would have lost their life. Maybe someone would have got beat up, but the story would have been way different because no one had a gun in the first place. So this is a tough one for me. Prayers goes out to her for sure. And man, oh man, sheesh, don't even know how to feel about that one. But yeah, I want to talk about some of the thoughts that I had last week. Because like I said, I was just, you know, I like to reflect a lot. And I was just reflecting on, I kind of don't think too far deep into the past, but I started thinking about some of the old shows that I grew up on that don't exist anymore or aren't shown anymore. And some of the shows that are showing right now, and the question that I end up asking myself, and I end up asking my Discord, like I said, if you're not in Discord, hit me up and I'll have you join the Discord. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're listening to this like on the podcast, either Apple Podcast, Spotify, do me a favor and follow. It helps out. If you can rate on Apple Podcast, do that. Feedback always helps. Just want to know how you guys are enjoying everything, and it's always appreciated. But yeah, the question I ended up asking was, what are some shows that came out like when we were younger, or when I was younger? I was born in 97. That probably wouldn't have made it in 2021, whether that be just people wouldn't have enjoyed it, or it might have been a little bit too much, you know what I'm saying? And one of the shows I was thinking about was the 70s show. I used to watch the 70s show like religiously. Like, I really loved Red. He was funny as fuck. His wife, all the boys and the girls in there, like I said, Ashton Kutcher, fucking young Ashton Kutcher, bro. I just think that I don't think a show like that probably would survive in that form nowadays. It would have to be adapted in some way. But I think about that show in its form then. I don't know what I think. I just think people wouldn't relate to it, which obviously because it's a 70s show, so only a certain demographic kind of relate to it. But even someone who's born in the 90s, I don't know what resonate. I think it was just cool to see how I imagine what a youngster would act like in a time period like that, you know. And some of the stuff that they went through, they kind of touch on some deep topics sometimes. I think what was the guy with the glass that lived in the basement? I think he was like, it was like pregnancy was touched on and stuff like that. You know, the main Red's son, I can't remember his name. Damn, I'm bad with names. But I remember he was dating Donna. and even then like them breaking up and going through stuff like that, like, you know, shit that you never paid attention to. Like I said, you know, stuff like when I was younger, like I wouldn't have getting that experience at a younger age that I don't know, I feel like people wouldn't care for it nowadays. I feel like the joke I was making in the Discord was, I feel like today's generation likes, they don't like true comedy anymore. They kind of like cringe comedy. Like they want you to overstep your boundaries, which is fine, don't get me wrong. And a good example of like cringe comedy when I say that is like The Office, you know what I'm saying? Like some of that shit just be over the top and make you feel uncomfortable as fuck. But I feel like if it's not to that extent, I think people don't, especially the younger kids, they don't like it. Like these young kids are kind of sadistic, bro. Like, have you been on TikTok and watched some of the TikToks? Like the shit that blows up on TikTok, I'd be like, damn, you fucking, this man cut. Like I saw that video where it's like, they call them chaos memes or something like that, where a kid just gets a gallon of milk and just full gallon of milk, gets a knife and just starts cutting through the gallon of milk, making it spill everywhere. Has hella views, and I was like, what the fuck? I just sit there like, what the fuck is going on? Kind of nervous. Y'all scaring me. Y'all some weirdos. But yeah, I think the 70s show is a good one. I don't think would fly. You know, I was thinking about, I think Fresh Prince would fly, but I don't know how I feel about the Cosby Show. Taking out the fact of how everybody feels about Cosby Show in its purest form, you know, affluent black family, you know, dad's a doctor. I can't remember what the mom did. I think the mom was a lawyer. You know, affluent black family going through their day-to-day lives. I don't know if people would, we live in such a fucked up era where everybody wants to be a rapper, and everybody wants to be a rapper or a superstar on YouTube. I don't think it would work. At least I don't think it would stick like it did before, you know what I'm saying? Like these old black shows, you know, Modern Family, not, was it Family Matters? I don't know. I just feel like, don't get me wrong, people go back and watch them, like I go back and watch them, but I don't know if they'll stick. I don't know if there's, I'm trying to think hard about it, and I feel like this is a tough one for me to talk about myself, because I feel like this is when you gotta like springboard it back and forth off someone. But like, yeah, I just feel like I feel like our generation, and let me not always put it on the younger generation, I feel like some of the people my age too, like they didn't really fuck with those shows, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really fuck with Family Matters, or I think the only one they really did fuck with was Fresh Prince. But even then, that's like more like, you know, Will Smith was a rapper, you know what I'm saying? He's a little bit more hip hop. He's a little bit more relatable to like an urban kid. But like I said, some of these more like, where they try to like raise the standard of a black family. I don't know. I feel like some people just didn't gravitate to that, and I feel like even more now, I think those shows wouldn't even get off the ground. But yeah, man, make sure if y'all want to go back and watch some really good shows that are underrated, I would say go back and watch Family Matters, like pre Steve Urkel, because it was actually a really good show. He said, that makes me think of nurses and doctors here. Nobody wants to study 7 to 8 years with expensive tuition for crap pay, or crap NHS pay and crappy unsocial hours, so you have tons of doctor and nurses from abroad, which makes sense to me. Like I said, everybody, no matter what, people save money. And don't get me wrong, we all want money. You know, I want a lot of money. But I think more people want time, and I think they realize, I think a job like one of those jobs like doctors and nurses is one of those kind of like selfless jobs where you kind of gotta give away a part of your life to ensure the better good of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like a great sacrifice, and I think that's what sucks when I hear about people who are like doctors and nurses and they don't get paid very well, because that just don't make no sense, bro. They're literally giving away their life. Like the doctor's office is open Monday, sometimes on Saturdays nowadays. Like when I was younger, it was only like Monday and Friday, but I've seen some offices that are open on Saturday now. So Monday through Friday, maybe Saturday, from 8 to 5. You know, the times of the day where it's like the times of the day you want to hang out, the times of the week where you want to hang out. You know, your kids are at school and stuff like that. Not to mention all the time you got to put in, like I said, all the time you have to put in for college, and that's if you don't fail any courses, which we're human. You might struggle and fail a course or something. You might go through life and get held back, or gotta redo classes and stuff like that. Yeah, bro, you're really giving away your life, bro. And I shout out to them for doing that, because I know a lot of people, they don't want money. They really just want free time to do whatever they want. The money is just what you realize what you gotta have to have that free time to be able to take, you know, to take the time off. If I don't have a lot of money, I can't not work. You know, the police officers have earned why they're getting a bad rep recently, so I can't even give them an excuse. But as far as like teachers, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, teachers also earned it. Like, you know, those old white teachers that treated me like shit. First things first, fuck you. But also, that was the fastest BRB I've ever seen in my life, Jace. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, like some teachers got a bad rap, but I've actually had a lot of really great teachers, bro. And to know that they are getting underpaid kind of sucks, because they have to be to school early. I would see all the teachers at school hella early. They have to be there later, because, you know, I see them teachers after school, after I leave, tutoring kids, doing their work and stuff like that. They have to go home and grade fucking everything they handed out, which is on them, because why are you giving out so much fucking homework, Karen? Stop giving us fucking 13-page articles to read and writing 2-page fucking essays, and you wouldn't have to grade so much. But yeah, fucking all the grading I have to do, I think it's back. I made a video of it so I could send it to Xfinity, because like I said, the guy came, stripped the wire and stuff like that, but obviously that shit didn't do nothing. So I'm glad it happened, so I can get the shit fixed, because I think it's the wiring above the house. Kind of wonder if it's just his plug too, because I have another outlet that's in the living room that I wanted to try out, but I'm gonna let them handle that, not me. I'm not fucking technical support. I'm not finna technical support my fucking self. I paid too much fucking money. Sorry about the problems, but yeah, back to what I was saying. You know, sadly, technical difficulties, but back to what I was saying. Yeah, man, pay teachers more. They deserve it. The only good ones make their own money outside of school, and I mean, they are raising the next generation, so we gotta make sure they're taken care of. And we gotta diversify. We gotta diversify our fucking, like, they need to have like Mando diversity in our teachers, bro. Because I'm sorry, bro. I think some of the worst teachers I've had, and I don't want to spread a fallacy, because I've also had really good white woman teachers, but I've also had really, really, really bad white woman teachers, bro. And that shit used to break my heart. Especially, like, you know, someone raised by a single mom, you know, that maternal figure. For them to treat me like shit, that shit used to throw me for a fucking loop. I feel like I said, I had a black woman teacher. She was really dope. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I've had Miss Johnson was a really good white woman teacher. Can't remember the name of the other woman. There was another woman who was my AP English teacher. She was really cool. But man, I remember I've had some doozies, man, where she's yelling at us and shit, and we're just like, the fuck going on here? Male teacher, I've always had really good male teacher. I've never had a bad male teacher, like, ever. I might be biased, but I've never, like I said, I guess the issues that arise of like this, how they treated misconduct in the classes never was the same. I think that was the only thing why I say I just didn't fuck with that. Because even I remember one time a teacher got called the F word, you know, the one that rhymes with maggot. Even the way he handled that, don't get me wrong, he got flustered and frustrated, but he just kept it simple. That is not something that's funny, and you guys shouldn't be laughing as a class. We're all like, damn, you're right. like it's that simple. Versus like female teachers for some light, like we're all laughing. I can't do this anymore. This fucking started screaming off the top of her neck and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with her? We're like, damn, she having a mental breakdown. Come we in here laughing. You guys just don't listen to me. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Oh, that's so funny. I'm pretty sure we all got a teacher that did some shit like that. I'm weak. Let me see how far we're about an hour deep. I think to top it off, I'm gonna talk about one last I'm gonna talk about something funny. I was watching, so another, like, so I think the last podcast, if you heard it, I talked about in my spare time I watch kind of weird videos, and some of the videos that I watch are kind of weird are fishing videos. But along with the fishing videos, I watch a lot of like food reviews, like restaurant reviews. And there's this one dude I watch by the name of Damn Drops, and he does this thing where he goes to the worst reviewed restaurants in his city or wherever he's at the time, and gives him a second chance in a sense. And one of the what he does before he goes, he reads the reviews that were bad and gets an idea of what he's going into before he goes, to see if those claims are true or whatnot. So the thing that I was looking at, the thing that rose up when it reviews, is that I wish I could give them a 0-star review, because obviously on a scale from 1 to 5, you have to give them at least a 1. And I was thinking to myself, should we be able to give people 0-star reviews? Because I think about it sometimes where I've had really bad service. I feel like a 1, it might even be a little bit too much credit. But then again, it's like I'm always been in a gray area. On one side, I'm like, I want to give him a 0-star because I don't want no one to come here. Like, I don't even recommend it in the slightest sense. Like, I don't want anyone to come here. But then I give him a 1 because they did give me my fucking food. That's like, they did the bare minimum. I ordered food and they gave me food. Whether it's good or not, I don't know. But I'm like, okay, I can respect the 1 because like at least they did something. You know what I'm saying? They did something. I gotta give you at least a 1. But I ain't gonna cap, bro. I've been places where I like the food was bad, like bad. Good example, fucking Denny's. Go to fucking Denny's, waiting there for an hour with no food and shit. I'm leaving. I'm trying to leave. The lady's like not trying to let me leave. She doesn't want to give me a fucking discount on the food. If I stay, it's like 0-star reviews. You did nothing. You did nothing at that point. You didn't give me my food. You didn't try to accommodate me. I don't want to. Why do I have to give you a 1 star? You know what I'm saying? Why do I have to give you a 1 star? I want to give you 0 stars. But then again, I think about it, for the greater good, I feel like the 0-star would be misused so crucially. I can imagine how many people would just give 0 stars for the most bozo fucking shit. Which I need to say to Yelp, hey Yelp, if you're not watching this, but you might be watching this, you need to vet some of these reviews, bro. Some of these reviews be dumb. I've seen, you know how many dumb reviews I've seen? I've seen that review like, I haven't been there yet, but it looks like, they've never been there, but they reviewed it anyway. I haven't been there, but looks really good. I've heard nothing but great things about it. 3 out of 5. Like, why'd you even push the fucking review button, dingus? That's why I kind of like, I think Best Buy did it first. Let me not quote who did it first. Maybe Amazon did it first. Cause I saw on Amazon and Best Buy where they have 2 sets of reviews. The reviews of people who have actually bought, like, certified bought the device, and people who are just reviewing shit. So it's like things like that where I don't know. Do we need a revision in our review process? I ain't gonna cap. I don't know if you. Okay, so when I used to be bored, sometimes I used to read reviews for funsies on Yelp, and I ain't gonna cap. Some of the reviews be BS, bruh. Like, you know, let's do it right now. Let's go on Yelp and read some of these reviews. Let's read some of these reviews. Let's open up my Yelp app. Let's look for some random restaurant, and let's see what the reviews looking like. Damn, that shit kind of look fire. Oh, damn, I'm too hungry for this. Let me look. So I won't say the name of the place, but there's a place by my place by me. 87 reviews, good stars. Okay, let's not go to that one. Let's see. I want to see one with bad reviews and understand what the reviews are about. Here's one. It has 3.5 stars. Not bad, but it's not good either. Let's read the reviews. Let's see why it has 3.5. This is a mixed review. Overall, blank, obviously shall not be named, has very delicious food and I recommend coming here, but I got a torta there and it was trash. The torta had American cheese, which is odd, but my fault for not asking what was in it. Second, the bread was too toasted, almost like stale bread, and I found a piece of cartilage in the meat. So come here and show the place some love. Order anything but the tortas. Rated on the torta, 0 stars. That's a 4-star review though. That's a 4-star review. That's just funny. Rated on the torta, 0 stars. So something to me, the vet in this review, cartilage in the meat. Like, what the fuck can I do about the cartilage in the meat, my man? You're cooking up a large batch of meat. I can't fucking help you with the cartilage and the shit. I can only do so much, bro. Stuff, so like little nitpicky shit like that, like, oh, there's cartilage in the meat. Like, you know how that goes. Have you ever cooked at home? You can't take shit. Now, you ever got a piece of chicken breast and had hella fat on it? Which is how it goes. Were you gonna make a bad review? How dare there be fucking chicken fat on my chicken? That's wild. All right, so this one is a 2-part review. There was a first review at 3 stars, and then they updated a year ago to 2 stars. No, 4 stars. The original was 4 stars. Now it's 2 stars. This is the 4-star review. My parents live in the area and favor this Mexican restaurant over others around here. I'm well acquainted with their party trades as we've always had them for gatherings and holidays. Well, today I went in to get some loaded nachos for my mom. You can find this little gym right across the street from, I'm not gonna give you guys my address. Just FYI, the parking is horrible here. It's shared a lot with, also not gonna share that, stores, so parking spaces are limited. Service is friendly and quick, and portions are gargantuan. What hell of a fucking word. The loaded nachos can easily feed 2 to 3 people. The only other thing I have tried are their party trays, which consist of cheese and meat quesadillas, mini burritos, chimichangas, and taquitos with guacamole and sour cream. It's all yummy. Trust me, if you're in the area of South, whoa, and I almost gave away my information again, and craving Mexican food, stop by and try this place out. Why the fuck you give it a fucking 4-star, dick? They give it a 4-star, and they say a lot of good positive shit. I mean, a 4-star, don't get me wrong, a 4-star is really good still. I guess a 4-star is about right. If you got some, yeah, okay. So now it says 2-star as of last year. Food has gone downhill. It had been about 2 years since I had their yummy shredded beef nachos, and I was excited to dig in. First thing I noticed was the portions have become more skimpy. Then the chips were a little stale tasting. The beef had no flavor and was dry. I felt kind of nauseated after I finished my portion. I felt like it's an indicator the food wasn't very fresh. To top it off, the girl at the counter was not very friendly and handed me food with no bag and didn't even close the container for me. Overall, not a great experience. That's a fair review. I think that's a fair review. This is a 1-star review right here. It's just funny, the review is so dumb. These are queso tacos. They suck. These are not good queso tacos. Literally just a taco with a lot of cheese. Bro, what the fuck? Bro. These are their queso tacos! Exclamation point. They suck. These are not good queso tacos. Literally just a taco with a bunch of cheese. And cap, no cap, bro. Look at this motherfucking taco though. Holy shit. Look at that taco. That is just a taco with a bunch of cheese. I gotta admit, that's just a taco with a bunch of cheese, but god damn, that is funny the way they wrote that review. Oh shit. Yeah, man, if y'all ever get bored, bro, let's read bad reviews. That shit be hilarious. Oh man, that's funny. Did they add a picture? Yeah, I showed the picture right there, my guy. Oh man, my fucking head hurt. Yeah, you know what? Going into this topic, I thought 0-star reviews should have been there, but nah. I think we need at least a 1-star review. I think we need at least a 1-star review for the vast majority of people, man. For the vast majority of people, we need at least a 1-star review, 100%. Man, that was a good laugh. That was a fucking good laugh. I hope you guys had a good chuckle at that too. But yeah, appreciate you guys. I think we're gonna end the podcast there. Again, this is episode 6 of the Special Friends podcast. I don't know what I'm gonna name it, but we will figure out a pretty catchy name. I'm gonna be uploading this on Thursday, so you listen to this, it's Thursday. Appreciate you guys for getting to the end. If you made it to the end, do me a favor, give me a review on Apple Podcasts, please. It'll help out a lot, help us get more people into this thing. Next week I'll for sure have someone on, so it won't be just me rambling on for about an hour. Yeah, like I said, review it, follow it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts is there. YouTube video will also be getting posted on YouTube, so if you're watching this on YouTube, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and yeah, appreciate you guys as always. Do me a favor, stay down, come up, stay back till I get back, and don't forget to smile, my friends. We out. Peace.